I'm Amy Thompson. I am the director and one of the educators here at the Learning Tree Farm Nature Preschool program.
Hi, my name is Renee Hick, and I am one of the lead teachers here at the preschool. I've been on staff at Learning Tree Farm Nature Preschool since we opened in 2016 and have been in early education for 10 years now. Prior to early education, I was a nurse and was always passionate about education within the nursing field, whether it was patient education or staff education. I do believe that my nursing background is a foundation to my holistic approach and engagement with each child as a whole person. I do look forward to meeting you and you joining our community.
I'm Sarah Lamont, and I've been teaching here since we opened in 2016. Learning Tree Farm is a wonderful site for a preschool because of our mission to provide hands-on learning experiences. I enjoy the great mix of farm animals in the barn and the hiking trails in the forest and meadow habitats. I grew up on a farm in Michigan and have a degree in geology. 10 years ago, I made a career move into the early childhood education field. Before that, I taught natural history programs.
We've been open since 2016, so our next school year will be our 6th year in existence. And we know life is a little crazy right now, so we thought we would do this virtual open house for you so you can come explore our facility and learn a little bit more about our program. We are a nature-based, hands-on education program. We kind of center ourselves around the Reggio Emilia approach and conscious discipline. So come on in, let's take a look around and learn a little bit about our day and what we're doing with our kids and explore a little bit more. So every morning when you come in, your kids are going to have a place to drop off their things here in their cubbies, and they're going to come on through our preschool. Since we are an outdoor nature-based preschool, we really embrace that. They're going to have a moment to check in. This is a time for you to share any important information with the teacher for the day. The kids can mark themselves present. There's a kind of a sign in. And then let's go out to the backyard, really part of our extension of our school. So once you've checked in for the day, it's time to explore. We do spend 60 to 75% of every day out of doors. Don't worry, parents, we'll give you some resources and point you in the right direction because we know that warm kids are happy kids, and we'll help you find those because we want them to be learning and concentrating, but also come prepared for a day of fun outdoors. So the first 45 minutes is spent letting them do some play and discovery. That's what being a kid is, after all. There's so many amazing lessons to be learned out of doors and with their friends. We do have a quiet area. You know, some people are just not morning people, or even in the day, middle of the day, they might need some time just to R&R. And then we typically will have our tables set up with different learning centers. We'll have an art and craft project going on. Every day there's a writing center here for kids to explore their writing and reading. There's always a literacy center. We love our books, so many great stories. Creative project going on, things we found out and about. Childhood imagination is what drives us. We take our lead from the students, what they're excited in and interested in. We bring that together and supply them with as much material as we can. Here's one of our make-believe stations, all kinds of dress-up tools for the kids to access and use. So that first 45 minutes of the day, this is their playground. This is where they get to really take the lead, show us what they're made of. Other everyday items, we've got our canoe for imagination. Our exploring tub can be filled with all kinds of things for the kids to touch and feel and build with. Of course, our kitchen is a favorite place for pine cone soup and all the rest of the food you're going to need for your adventure for the day. The sink isn't actually a running sink, but we do have our water catchment over here, and we teach the kids about self-regulation and how to access that in a safe way, so they're not going to be cold or wet for the rest of the day. There are days when it's on, days when it's off, but they know that, they learn that. We have our magnet board and tunnel run over there, so many things that we're giving them that they then get to take and make whatever they want out of it. So let's get our day started now with our class over at Circle Time. So all of this is set out here for the kids to explore and have fun. One of the questions we get a lot from parents is there a fence around here? Where do the kids know to go? So there is a wire fencing system. It's anywhere from maybe 5 to 15 yards into the woodlands because we do want them to explore. This is our little nature nook back here. There's a little path that goes around to the side, and the kids feel like true adventurers when they're back in there. Of course, we're always keeping an eye on them, making sure they're safe. We're checking the area every morning to make sure there isn't any loose or fallen things. But part of being a nature preschool student is learning how to handle yourself in nature. It's really amazing what these kids can do. So once we've had our time to explore and play for the morning, it's time to round up the troops and get started with our day here in our circle time. This is a time for us to check in with each student, have them say good morning to their friends. We might start off with a story for the day that's setting the tone for what we're going to be looking at, and then it's time to head off to the farm. Come with me. So for about the next hour and a half, we're going to go over and explore the farm. We might go into the woodlands. We might go see the animals. We'll definitely visit our tasting garden, or it might be a combination of all those things. This is how we get over to the farm. It's about a 15 to 20 minute walk for a preschooler to get from our preschool to our farm. We might stop along the way for a game or a story, or just because we found something cool that we want to explore some more of. So let's go over and see what's waiting for us over there. One unique opportunity of our program is the access to over 80 acres of farm and woodlands of the Learning Tree Farm. Our students embrace the outdoors through the exploration of big and small alike, from the farm animals to the tiny creepy crawlies found under logs, from playing amongst the trees of the grove to sitting in the grass for a story. Each day our classes discover and build connections with each other and the world around them. This piece of our day can be shaped equally by the staff and the experiences they have put in place to further students' learning, as by the students themselves, and interests, observations, questions, and curiosity that they spontaneously experience as we move about our day. It is often shaped by our environment as the seasons change and the natural world grows and moves through its cycles. We always start with a plan, but are ready to embrace the learning opportunities that present themselves to our students' imaginative and curious minds.
It's Renee again, and I'd like to walk you through what our transition looks like from outdoor play and outdoor hiking to our indoor time. So when we come back to the preschool after whatever our outdoor adventures were, either on the farm or out in the woods on our hike, we will split the kids up in the backyard when we arrive back. One teacher immediately goes inside of the preschool so she can receive the children when they are ready to come inside. The second teacher will keep one half of the kids in the backyard with a planned activity, and the third teacher takes the other half of the children inside and starts the transition process, so we can have a little bit more one-on-one focus and helping them with those skills. So we come back in through the side gate here and we accompany the kids to the front. The skills that we're really trying to build in this transition process are all those fine motor skills that it takes to independently move those zippers and get those boots on and off. Oftentimes our first year students will need a lot of assistance at the beginning of the year, but I think you'll be impressed and surprised at how independently they are able to undress themselves by the time they finish their first year here with us as Nature Preschool. So come on with me. We arrive in this area, this is when they start getting those zippers up and down and getting their boots off. We do have a boot rack where we keep the really dirty boots outside for you to gather when you come to pick your child up at the end of the day. And they'll be carrying any jackets or muddy rain suits with them as they come inside. We come back to the boot rack or the cubby area where you drop them off in the morning. They'll each have a hook and their cubby. They will hang up their outdoor gear and put away shoes if they're not too muddy and haven't been left outside, and they'll grab their indoor shoes. We ask each family to provide a pair of indoor shoes, oftentimes slippers with a nice non-slip bottom for indoor play. So they'll put their own slippers on, change any muddy socks if they have those, and if this is another opportunity for the restroom, if they need to use the restroom, they can go in that direction. If we haven't planned a hike snack or some snack that we've eaten while we're out on the trail, we will often offer their snack at this portion of our day. So after they have come inside and hung up their things and put away their gear, we will lead them to the kitchen area and the sink. And we also have a bell signal to signal that second teacher that has the other half of the kids out in the backyard, that now that we've cleared that area and they can bring the second half of the children inside. So the first few children will come in here into the kitchen and we will wash our hands. And like I said, if it is a snack day where we're eating snack indoors, they'll go ahead and have a seat at the tables and enjoy indoor snack. And if we've already had a snack outdoors, they will still wash our hands. We always wash our hands when we return to the building, and then we will release them for indoor play.
We use a preschool curriculum called Creative Curriculum. Our indoor and outdoor classrooms are designed on the interest areas of this curriculum. We then discover the interests of our students to guide our lesson planning. During our indoor exploration time, the students can choose an interest area and they freely move between the room. The teachers are assigned a room and then they ensure supervision. In this area, we have the art supplies. A teacher will set out a particular material like finger paint or clay on the table. And then behind me, the children can freely access the art material on the shelf. We believe in a process-based art experience. Some of the favorite things in this room are the trains and the blocks. We rotate other items for math and science discoveries. Some students will visit each area every day. Others have particular favorites. We allow them to choose, and our own team of teachers takes observational notes. In the past, I've had a few students who only wanted to play in the block area. I observed their growth in social emotional development and how they negotiated sharing the trains and how they worked together on the layout. And then after a while, I might join into the play and I might start asking some math questions about how many trains they have and can we add them into the trains of a different group. Or we might create like a stop sign for the train set. The idea of our curriculum that we can use the child's interest to guide the larger learning goals. Thank you for taking a tour of this room with me, and we hope you can visit Learning Tree Farm soon.
This is the green room, known by the green paint on the walls. But the green room is home to quite a few content areas. It tends to be a little quieter than the blue room. The blue room gets pretty dynamic with all the blocks and the trucks. But the green room is home to our literacy center and our reading area. There's a nice quiet reading spot for the children to sit and listen to a book. Oftentimes if they've had a long day outdoors, maybe they're having a little bit of separation anxiety, they will call for a teacher and sit and read with a teacher as well. And when we are in indoor time, we do have a teacher in each room. One teacher is in the green room, one teacher is in the blue room at all times. And then our third teacher tends to float between the two rooms to maintain ratio and is also available for anyone that may need assistance going to and from the bathroom. But the children are moving freely between the two rooms. We also have our writing center in the green room. And it's also the area, if you remember, where the children signed in at the beginning of the day, but we set it up to give a lot of space so we can have a few bodies here using all of the writing materials and stickers and stamps and everything that we have out for them that day. It's also home to our math and manipulative center. We'll have puzzles. You'll often see a small group of children, maybe with or even without a teacher, playing one of our games or working on math manipulatives. It's also home to our dramatic play area. We have our kitchen area. This tends to be the busiest part of the green room. They'll run a store or play doctor or play house here in our kitchen area. We also have a nice puppet area for dramatic play. We have a lot of animal puppets as well as baby dolls for dramatic playing house. Our indoor time comes to a close. We signal that it's time to clean up by ringing these bells. And whenever the children hear those bells ringing, they know that it's time to wrap up whatever it is that they're doing. We usually try to give them a few minutes heads up ahead of time to allow that transition to go a little bit more smoothly. But once they hear the cleanup bells, it is time to clean up. And then once everything is put away, we will often come either to one of the rugs. More often than not, we'll come back here into the green rug and we'll gather here in the oval and get ready to transition to lunch.
The preschool will provide a daily snack for the students. When possible, we harvest it from the garden at Learning Tree Farm and bring it back to our kitchen here to rinse and prepare, and then we eat it at the tables behind me. At the end of our traditional preschool day, we'll also gather here for lunch. The students will bring a packed lunch from home. We're not able to have any refrigeration for them or heating of their lunches, but we're very happy to help open all their containers, and we all enjoy ending our day by eating lunch together.
When we are fully in session and have lunch as part of our preschool day, we end the end of our lunchtime by spending some time reflecting on what we have done during the day today when we've been together. So we do that at our reflection board here, and as you can see, it's a combination of child-led writing and teacher-led writing, and this evolves throughout the school year. But we will take turns and we call children up to start writing what the activities were and what we've enjoyed during our day, and maybe even setting a few goals for what we want to do on our next school day. Our day most often ends here in the green room. After lunch is finished and we're finished reflecting on our day, we'll take that reflection board out to the main front door. And you as a parent or guardian, when you pick up your child, will be able to read what we've done throughout our day. One of the lead teachers will bring the children after lunch in here and gather around the oval rug. The children put their own lunch boxes away back in their cubbies and join the teacher here on the rug. There are a lot of varied activities at the end of our day, anywhere from music and movement to quiet yoga, more reflection time. We'll play math games and even just quietly find a book and sit and read here at the end of our day. We try to end the day on a quiet note, but depending on the energy of everyone and what we've been doing during the day, sometimes we might be kind of loud, and so you never know what you'll find when you come to pick up your child. But do know that when you do arrive, we'll meet you at the door, a second teacher in the hallway to help assist the child with gathering their things, and then the lead teacher here keeping them engaged and learning until the last moment when you pick them up at the end of the day.
So now that we've explored around and you've kind of gotten a sense of what our program is like on a daily basis, I wanted to share a little bit of information with you about our registration process. Just so you're aware, our typical day in preschool runs from 9 until 1, with lunch being eaten here at the preschool. But we are also going to be considering, depending on the pandemic situation for the fall, a preschool light program, which will run from 9 until noon. And then there will be no lunch provided here at the building. They'll have to eat on their way home or at home once they've gotten home from their day. There'll obviously be 2 different price points for that. So all that information will be on our website for you to look at and review at your leisure. A couple of dates I wanted to share with you though is January 2nd, our information will go out on our webpage and on our Facebook page. This is a Google form. All you're doing is simply putting your name in the lottery. There's no guarantee for spots, but it shows that you have interest in being considered for our program starting in September of 2021. That form will remain open until February 7th, so you've got plenty of time. If you're the first one on the list, it doesn't change the chance if you're the last one on the list. It literally is a lottery out of a hat. Then in the middle of that, January 24th through the 6th, if you still feel like you haven't gotten a chance to really get a good sense of our program or would like to meet one of our educators in person, we can do in-person, one-on-one open houses. You'll just need to contact me and we will set up an appointment for you to come in so that we can manage and make sure that we have safe distancing going on. But we'd love for you to come in and feel welcome as part of our community. On February 12th then, the class lottery will be announced. Once the lottery sign-up is closed on the 7th, the staff will get together and we will go through and make our classes. There'll be 2 classes, a Monday, Wednesday class and a Tuesday, Thursday class. And then the 26th, on the 12th, we'll announce who those classes are, and then on the 26th, if you are part of that class, your deposit will be due by that date for the following fall. So if you have any questions about the program, about the process, if you want to set up an in-person open house visit, we'd love to have you come in. My email address is amy.thompson@learningtreefarm.org. We hope you've enjoyed this little program. We hope that you and your family are doing well, and we look forward to getting to know you as part of our preschool community. Thanks, and have a great day.